about to go live, mama.
Wait, do I see this?
Let's go. I'm gonna fix my mic. This is the first time I sit on this side, so this is completely new to me. But I like it. I feel like I look fresh. I look good. I like it. Hopefully y'all like it too. That part. So you already know. It's your girl, Mina Mendoza. Little girl, big personality. Queen of Spice. We in here. I'm not sick. I'm healthy. It's Thursday. It's 7 o'clock. I'm drinking tea. This is different. This is holistic, but I like it. Also, guys, I got an extra special spicy guest with me. We got vibes with Steph in the building. Yes, everybody, let's give a nice round of applause to Steph. Yes, baby girl. So real quick, just because love, like Steph just got in here, so we're gonna be very transparent. She just got in here, love. You just look directly at those cameras. Either one.
I'm an audio podcaster, right? They don't put cameras in front of me.
So that you look directly there. And also look at me too. You know what I mean? So we look at each other.
Just don't be awkward.
Yeah, that part. And also, mommy, are you comfortable with your mic? Yeah.
Am I doing it right?
We're good, Marv. We can hear her.
I was the ultimate.
Oh, no, you're good, baby girl. We already got people in the check-in. Shout out to Blaze. Shout out to Encode Records. Shout out to Santa Squad. We got Nadine in the building. Also, shout out to Mr. RNTV. Let's go. Yes, we already got people in the check-in. So much love.
Oh, wow.
Coming through with energy. Also, shout out to Marv. Shout out to Bravery Studios. Shout out to Amanda Santa Squad. She's in the background. She's supporting. We love that. We love that. How you feeling, baby girl?
This is really interesting. I'm always wondering.
Interesting in a good way or a bad way?
No, like just a lot. Like I do the interviewing.
Yeah.
And everybody knows that I hate the camera.
Oh,
shocker! But no, it's true. I really.
She has 3 cameras on her.
Not to the cameras. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta look like a person. But David was harassing me for like forever. He's like, you gotta be on the camera. I'm like, screw you. And Carolina, shout out to David and Carolina.
Yeah, shout out to David and Carol.
For harassing me to be on camera. And I always said no, but I met you, and it kind of worked out. So I am extremely uncomfortable.
It's okay.
And I'm never uncomfortable. I'm just
gotta be uncomfortable to grow, baby.
Don't look at yourself.
We're growing.
I have the face for the radio. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
get comfy, baby girl. It's
sorry,
almost
guys.
like pretend like you're just in my house in a living room, like just chilling. You know what I mean? Like,
you know when they do those like speeches and they're like, look over the people's heads. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Whatever.
You'll get comfortable, baby girl. All right. So let's kind of. I feel like we could jump into these questions, but first of all, I know you feel uncomfortable, but how else do you feel?
I feel like I have buyer's remorse because I colored my hair red. It was supposed to be purple, but it turned red.
Yeah.
And listen, blonde is for me. You know when they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Yo me pongo la cosa, and then I'm just like,
okay.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm going to blonde. Catch me tomorrow.
Wow. Yeah, I heard that. She said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Blondes have more fun. That's what she said.
Always.
That's what she
said. The vibes
though.
are better on that side.
The vibes. All right, baby girl. So I know we came up with a little bit of questions to like ask and stuff like that. So we're kind of just going to jump right into it. So
I'm like
first
trying to
of
make
all,
sure I don't have a nip slip. Imagine.
You're good, girl.
Janet
I would
Jackson
tell you.
moment, guys.
Marv would say something. He'd be like, hey, something's happening.
They're like, why are there more viewers
Marv
on?
got our back.
Why are there more viewers coming all of a sudden?
I'm like, that
Where are
was
these
the
viewers coming
opposite,
from?
girl.
Nip slip Janet moment.
Yo. All right, mama. So welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me,
Of
Mina.
course. It's been a long time coming. I feel like since I met this girl, and actually I want to give some shout outs. I definitely want to give a shout out to Francisco Samuel. He was actually a guest on my show, I think a month prior, and he came through with his wife Caro, and you were so supportive in like the check-in, you know.
That's
my
my favorite DJ.
Yeah,
You gotta come through for
and
people.
I was just like, yo, who's that? And then I remember like when I left the show, I feel like you hit me up on Instagram, and basically it's been just super chill since. So shout out to Francisco, shout out to Caro.
Shout out, follow the music, guys. If you don't know, now you know. Go on my page and you'll see it all.
Facts. And I feel like ever since I hung out with you that first time, it's been nothing but like love, like super chill. Like I got to meet more of like your inner circle. Like I think Mike Bada, he was the other guy DJing.
Yes, Mike. Shout out to Mike
Shout
and
out to
Jackie.
Mike. Also, what is their entertainment thing?
Para
Entertainment.
yes,
Para Entertainment.
Yes, exactly that.
Don't come for me if I butchered that. But like I'm just trying to like
But you can follow him on Mike Para on Instagram.
What happened, mommy?
If you follow him on Instagram, it's Mike Para.
Yeah.
Parra, and you'll find all the other things.
Yes, exactly. So that's something that I could see. Like the support is so real with you guys. Even when I went out with you guys, I feel like it's already been like already a couple times. But it's been nothing but love, very welcoming, super accepting. And plus, you guys like house music. I love house music.
I like house music,
Yeah.
girl. We live, breathe, eat house music.
shout out to you guys, and also thank you for making me feel so welcome.
Of course, that's the way it has to be. You know, where it's just people are already uncomfortable with their skin. It's already hard for people to get out, especially after COVID. Things are weird. You know, like
Exactly.
all those weird vibes. Like, who wants to go out to feel off? You know.
True.
It's like, I know for me, I know I have children, and when I go outside, I'm like, I don't need nobody with a face. I don't need nobody with some negative energy, because when I go outside, I'm going out to have a good time.
Facts.
So if that you don't want to have a good time, quédate en la casa.
Yeah.
And you could catch the
It's
vibes
like, why'd
on
you
Instagram.
even come out? Like, stay
yeah,
home.
like, have you been out with people? Like, I've been out with people that just want to sit there like,
Oh, I walk away from people
But
like
I'm
that.
like,
I'll
oh,
try.
why are you here?
I'll try to befriend you and be that
Yeah.
good friend and be like, hey, like, are you okay? Like, can you blink like 3 times and let me know you're all right? But like, if you're gonna keep being a negative Nancy, that's where I'm like, all right, you're entitled to feel how you want to feel, but I'm also entitled to not hang out with you.
You're
So I'm,
entitled
like,
to
walking
feel.
away.
You're entitled to feel that way away from me.
Exactly. I'm not absorbing that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely about a shift of, like I said, we all have jobs. We all are
Facts.
stressed out. We all got something.
Facts.
So don't come out, I had a day, so did I.
Yeah.
But you really have to change your mindset, like when you go outside and you're like, I'm gonna have a good time.
Word.
And it's not always gonna be like, oh my God, that was the most amazing time of my life. But if that's the mindset that we shifted ourselves
You go out
into,
to have fun.
yeah, you're gonna meet people.
know?
People are gonna say hi. You're gonna have to say bye back, hello back.
Yeah.
Don't just
Facts.
stay in your house.
So let's talk about love, because I want to get the viewers to know more about you. So one thing I did speak about to the viewers is like the music. So like, what is your connection with house music? Like, why are you so passionate with house music? Like, when did this start?
In the womb. No, I'm not kidding. Not in the womb. So I'm 35.
Damn, she gave no fucks. She just is like, I am the stage.
Listen, I got
I
no
love
shame
it.
in my game.
I'm like, I'm in my 30s. I'm like,
I got no shame in my
mystery.
game. And when I'm 40, I'm 40. I'm very proud of my age.
Hey,
Extremely proud of my
love that.
age. And I'm forever gonna look 25, but that's
go.
another story. Anyway,
Yes,
so
queen,
my
yes,
parents had
queen.
me. My parents had me when they were young. They were married at 18 and 19. Had me at 19 and 20. So essentially, I grew up with my parents, you could say.
Okay.
So the earliest memories, like I can go back, is the early 90s. I was 3, 4, 5 years old. That's really as far back as I can remember.
Yeah.
Early 90s, 91, 92. And that was like this big emergence of Latin house music. FYI, I'm from Jersey City and I'm Puerto Rican.
And shout out to Jersey. Shout out to Puerto Rico.
La Boricua, yeah.
Let's go. Los Zapitos. I don't know what I was going to pronounce, but it came out. I saved myself. Yo, for real. It came out. I did it right, though. I did it right. Did it right.
So I say that because Jersey City at the time was predominantly, Latin, and Latin house was a
So this
big,
is before it got gentrified.
Oh, I grew up in Jersey City when there was crackheads on the corner, and I'm still living in Jersey City. I work in real estate. Check us out at
So there's no crackheads on the corner no more?
And so, no, there's no crackheads on the corner. Probably up in Greenville somewhere, but barely, because everything's really, I came in there with the gentrification, before gentrification, during gentrification, and I work there now, and I work in real estate. So it's just all up in my face. But regardless, yes, I was there before the gentrification, and when the gentrification happened, I do feel like that kind of house music scene kind of shifted because the demographics shifted.
Yeah.
It used to be downtown Jersey City used to be all the Puerto Ricans, the blacks, the gays. Like, that's what it was. So it's no longer that. But that's also what came with the music. So if that's not there, that's no longer there either. You know, a lot of people like to talk about Jersey house, but it's like, it's not here anymore because the demographics changed.
Yeah.
Anyway, going back, in the early 90s is really as far back as I can remember.
Yeah.
And Latin house being extremely big, Jersey City being very close to New York City.
Yeah.
So again, it's right there. So Latin house was super big. Everybody used to go to the clubs. I remember being 4 or 5 years old, my mom coming back from Albert's, Fox's, all these clubs. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait till I'm big and I go dancing and go like that. And my mom used to come with the skirts, with the
Steph
skirt.
comes out here with the tacos on, like, I'm ready.
My mother used to go outside with the skirt. Remember the shorts with the little
skirt?
skirt?
Not the skirt.
I wanted a skirt so bad. I was like, I'm going to go to Albert's and wear my skirt and I'm going to be busting it out. I was like 5.
I'm dead.
But I remember that my mother's super Puerto Rican. She's over here, like, you know, we freestyle Latin house, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and it was just fun. Like, it didn't feel aggressive.
Yeah.
I remember my parents, they weren't drinkers. You know, my dad was a b-boy back in the Bronx.
That's dope.
Yeah, so I'm like, my mother's over here with the music over here. My dad is from the music from here. It's kind of ingrained in me, and I didn't have a negative connotation like to clubbing. Like, oh, my parents went out, and they didn't go out much. But again, when they did, I'm like, oh my gosh, that feels so. I feel so good that they're feeling so good.
And
And I was so excited, but then it sucked because, like, I got pregnant at 18 and then had my kid at 19.
Party's over.
And also, and also that time, those clubs weren't there anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't even be like, I'm a party like my mom because it's not there. It's kind of sucks, but it's almost like I feel like in my soul I desired it.
Yeah.
And I never knew where to find it or where to go or what people, because, you know, a lot of it was more rap, hip hop, and my parents. I was raised in a very strict household, so I wasn't really allowed to listen to a lot of that music. And I grew up in church, so I grew up in like more like pop music or like positive music. My dad didn't want me listening to this whatever, so he was very like regulated.
Yeah.
So, you know, after raising kids, and my kids are bigger now, they're teenagers, but a lot of good stuff. And it was kind of like a rediscovery in my 30s. And, you know, I know you probably asked me later, but it was a whole journey. And I'm like, I found my music again. And it was almost like a rebirth, because I'm like, oh my God, I've been looking for you my whole life. Like, and so, and being that young and then living life and always, I don't want to say just always looked for it or wanted it. I never knew it was missing.
Yeah.
But when I found it again, it was almost like,
I'm not letting go.
This is what I've been waiting for. Like, I've been looking, I've been desiring this and not knowing it. It's literally like this romantic love story I have with music. I tell people
So
it's
I have a question.
beautiful.
Yo, that's Steph at the dance floor.
Dead ass by myself too.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
So I got a question, love. So you said how you were introduced to this when you were young, but it took you a while to find it back again. And you mentioned how you didn't find it again until your 30s. Everybody remembers that party that made them fall in love. Who was playing? Where were you? And who were you with? I want to feel in that party with you.
Okay, so let me just tell you, this is not going to be a party in the club. It was a party in La Sala. Right?
Okay.
On a Saturday morning. Because I had the birth, like the falling in love, and that I haven't known love for a long time. And then I see you again, and it was like, oh my God, you're my soulmate. When I was 4 or 5 years old, I was in the living room with my mom cleaning, and she just busting out tracks. I'm like, whatever, I don't remember. But all I remember was, do you know who my favorite guy is? Ay, espérate, aquí. All I remember was Ride to the Rhythm with Little Louis Vega and Mark Anthony. That track came out in 1991.
Wow.
And I remember the album cover because it was like a car, and like Louis Vega's like, and Mark Anthony had the ponytail. I just remember seeing it, but it was just playing on the radio.
Yeah.
And my mother's just busting it out, and I'm like,
Aprenda, Stephanie.
She's like, and my mother's watching. I'm sorry, I love you, but no, she was like, and it felt like a party. Like
it feels like a party.
It was. Let me tell you, I was like about 4 or 5 years old. Like I said, I was 4 or 5. It was on the radio.
Yeah.
But the feeling, like that feeling that I had that moment, it was kind of like that sound.
Comfort.
That.
Hallelujah sound. I get you.
I never, because I had so much joy. I was my mom. It was just this organic, innocent experience.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in the club. That was like, I was 5, and I cannot, like, it was so wholesome and so, oh my gosh. Even the song was fun.
Yeah.
Mark Anthony was really out here, like, freestyling.
Oh, he was.
Like, what? Y'all don't know the real Mark Anthony if you don't know.
No, Mark Anthony
with the moñito.
started off as a house music artist.
Yeah,
they were all together.
Yeah, so I remember that, but nothing, it didn't connect. I didn't know this is Louis V. I didn't know that.
So let's go back, love, to you being in your 30s.
So then now
you could party.
Now I can never say every party always had a good time.
Okay.
Oh yes, a good time. Until recently, I felt the way I felt that first time I heard that first song.
Okay, where were you?
I was like, oh my god. So a few weeks ago, so we all know Louis Vega is my favorite, and that was my first ever experience, and it was beautiful. Like I was in the middle of the dance floor. A couple weeks ago, Louis Vega, Nane Vega, and Joe Clausel played at the Knockdown Center it's like borderline Brooklyn, Queens.
Yeah.
I've been to a gazillion parties since I've come back outside, and they're fun.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something about this party that was just a few weeks ago.
Okay.
I have not experienced anything like this warehouse party. I would never been to warehouse parties because I was that gap. When I went there and Louis Vega was playing, I've seen this man play already a bunch of times live.
Yeah.
But it was just the feel, like he was playing, Joe was playing, Anane was dancing over here. The music was so like, I think I don't even know if I might have shed some tears.
Aww.
Like it was so beautiful, and for others it must have been like, oh my gosh, this is such a dope party. But it reminded me like of that first experience I had with my mom with Louis, Mark Anthony in the living room, and that feeling I had. It was so many people there, and that place is so big. It didn't feel like all those people were there. It felt like I was with my mom in the sala.
Aww.
And I was there like.
Brenda, Stephanie,
mad sober, like so, and that's the thing. It was so, and I'm just like, oh my god, like to this day, I'm like, that was just a few weeks ago, and it was the best experience of my life because it brought me back to that. I love you, Louis.
Yeah, Louis definitely. Louis Vega is definitely one of the OGs. I feel like with house music. I saw him spin for the first time when I used to work at Le Bain. Shout out to Le Bain. Le Bain NYC. Beautiful French club. Has the boom boom room on top. Basically the standard hotel. If you go there, very nice club. But that's where I saw him, and like I never knew about house music. Like I've heard of it, like freestyle stuff like that. But I remember like I never knew about house music. It was always like I always remember the reason I got introduced to it is because I was on a date. And I think the guy was definitely fed up with me because I was like, he was. That's just like girl? He was. No, it's just I know like sometimes I could be a handful. So like
you?
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, I know that for a fact. So like I know I could be a handful because like he just like didn't care, and he was like, we went out to dinner. I didn't eat the food. I don't know why if I was too excited, but I got full. I took 3 bites, got full, but I was hungry.
You were disgusted with him.
I don't know. But literally, he looked at me. We were in Brooklyn. He was like, yo, you want to go clubbing? I was like, clubbing? I was like, on a date? I was like, okay. And then I was 22. So I was like, let's go for it. We were in Brooklyn. And my first club was Output. And I've never been to something like that. And I remember, I'm not going to lie, I was definitely under the influence of things. And yeah. And it was just like wide opening, like eye experience. Like I remember Workaless, like don't come for me if I didn't pronounce it right. But he has this song called Blue. And I remember the whole club went blue. And he was playing it, and I remember it was the first club that I went to where I met so many people from different parts of the country.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Like I met a couple from Belgium. I met someone from India. I met someone from Africa, Spanish people, Asian people, and we were all in just one club, and everybody just respected one another and their space and supportive. And like I wasn't used to that. And then I knew like after that experience, I wanted more. Yeah. And then I guess it comes to like my next question, like when it comes to your style of house music, what is your style? Because I feel like once you experience house music, there's so many genres.
So I'm still learning, and there's new ones coming out, and oh my god, yeah, it's
So who do you feel like is your top 5 artists?
it's just it's all over the place. Are you gonna do my Spotify Wrapped?
I don't know.
What's your Spotify Wrapped house music edition?
It's like, Steph, you listen to this song 96,000 times. Like,
and I
what's
don't
going
care.
on?
And I'm gonna play it 96,001 times.
Lit.
I definitely what's the word, geared towards Afro house. Afro house, tribal house. This is why I love Anane Vega. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Black Coffee, Anane, Louis Vega. Who's another person that I love? Literally, I think that's all I play on there. No, Cairo. Like, there's a lot of like new artists that I'm like, what are you playing? Like, what are you playing? You know? But one of my top ever, Masters at Work, which was Louis Vega and Kenny Dope. You know, like Todd Terry had some like, you know, dabble in there. It's a whole history. But they also did come out around the Latin house era. They were like the kings. Like, they are so historically like, they made strides. And I like that Masters at Work because it had like the Latin but soul and house. Like, I like the soul part of it. It's so sexy.
It is.
So like,
definitely is.
Yeah, like I feel like, yes, I love Afro tribal because I'm a dancer. Like, I love the drums. I love the drums.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I'm like, yo, if I was a DJ, I would never do that. Never. But if I was a DJ, I'd play some sexy stuff like this. And it was like saxophone and house, which was real sexy.
I just thought about the love song.
And my friend's like, she's like, if you were an instrument, you'd be a saxophone.
Steph, vibes with Steph, DJ vibes with Steph.
No, please don't do
vibes with Steph Thursdays.
I would never do
Ladies
that.
night.
I have too much respect for DJs, and there's so many people that I've seen in the last couple of years, especially like COVID.
Yeah.
I'm a DJ now. Sir, you are a COVID DJ. Sit your ass down, first of all. Second of all, I respect that title so much because I know the people in real life and the OGs in real life, and you know, like just tell me your first name, Tiguerito, because it's so much, you know. So even for me, I'm like, I'm not really interested in ever like having to make music myself. But also, I call myself DJ Playlist because I got the dopest playlist ever, though. I'm gonna tell you that much. That's as far as it's gonna go. But it's such an art, you know, so that's why I'm always like, I can't make this. I don't really think I have the patience to.
Yeah.
But if I ever really wanted to, it would be some kind of Masters at Work style because it kind of infuses a little bit of everything that I love.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Bring it back, Masters at Work.
So shout out to the check-in.
Master at
Lit.
Work.
We got Francisco Samuel. Yeah, we got Cisco in the building. Shout out to Gamer146. Let's go. And yeah, there's a lot of love in the check-in. Let's go.
Send me happy faces, guys.
Hey. So we got Nadine in the check-in. She's like, I always wanted to go to the club, but my parents met. Wait, what? I always wanted to go to the club my parents met, but it turned into a liquor store when I'm 17. So drink at the liquor store,
Bodega Beats edition. We can do it outside, girl.
So before we get into that, because I want to talk about that too. So what projects have you done prior, and what are you working on right now?
All right. So before, as I said, you know, I got back into the music, like that sector, more in the few years, but. I've always kind of done more like events, host open mic nights.
Yeah.
Even back when I was in church, I hosted open mic nights. That one time, I remember the pastor didn't know exactly how this event was going to be. And they only put a little bit of chairs like in the middle, and it was full over there, full over there, full over there. They were like, we need chairs. I'm like, who? What? So it was popping back even when I'm Mujer de Dios. Like, no, I'm a Mujer de Dios, don't play with me. But even in the church, because I just had I like the talent part of it. I want to see the art and the creativity. After that, after I kind of steered away from that, I did open mic nights, or I would help more like on the logistics ends, like different type of talent again, but maybe not in church. And I would host karaoke nights.
Hey.
Yes, it would always be.
We love karaoke.
We love yeah. So I really love to be behind a microphone, not a camera, a microphone live with none of that, or showing my own talents. Because
Steph, you should come with like a mascot hat, but like keep your voice.
hello.
Big, you know what I mean? I would do some shit like that. I would get like a crazy
panda
bunny
from
hat,
Amici's?
panda, whatever. I would just put that hat on and continue my interviews.
I know it's weird. It just, I don't know how people listen. Y'all people do it on Instagram with these reels and stuff. I give you kudos because I can't. It's a lot.
I love that shit.
But yeah, like I really like to be behind the microphone, but not so much cameras in my face.
Yeah.
But I always would host. Somebody was like, "Can you host my wedding?" I'm like, what? I like you're on a microphone, so I'd like emceeing and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I said, my niche was always with those open mics. I would open up with my own talent, which I would do storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
I would do my little storytelling, or I would sing a song. I would do a spoken word, and that's how things would open up.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, everybody they loved it, and I would only do it once a month because it was me and I. So I'm clumsy also, by the way. That's why y'all can't see me on camera. I be knocking shit over. But yeah, that's what it was. So I think that kind of worked when I kind of integrated over, with the music, and I'm still trying to find that balance or what it is that that happy medium. But that's really where I was before. And things coming up.
Yeah, what are you doing now?
Well, we started Bodega Beats in May. Shout out to my co-founder Francisco and Carolina.
Hey.
Back when I do have a podcast, Vibe with Steph, the podcast, and it's only audio. I was trying to just figure out topics, and I did at the time back in March, April. I was like, maybe I should do a house music like a segment. I had Ray on there. Shout out to Ray.
Hey.
That's weird. How y'all people do this when y'all get awards? So let me say thank you because I'll be missing people. I'm sorry if I miss somebody. Anyway, whatchamacallit, and I had him. We kind of was like, how are we gonna? It's house music has so much history. It's so rich in history. That's what I love. One thing I love about it, I want to be like a house music historian or something. And it's so tied into like my roots, like culturally and, all that stuff. And I'm like, we got to teach people this stuff. Like, cause people don't know that they don't know. And people don't even know that they don't even know that they like house music. Cause y'all do like it. Y'all just don't know that you don't. So my podcast, when I was on there, I was like, let's do it. Let's maybe put an educational aspect into it. So when I did it, Ray was on there. I'm like, okay, who else do I bring on? Because I don't know. Francisco was, he was on the second one, and I learned a lot. And I'm just in my head like, I should do a party. Never did a party ever. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. You want to DJ? And yeah, and a couple weeks later, they came back. I was speaking to Carolina, his wife, and she's like, listen to this. And I'm like, what? She's like, Francisco's got a name. I'm like, for what? The party? And I'm like, okay. She's like, Bodega Beats Project. And I'm like, mic drop. It was it. And we're like, where are we going to go? And everything just kind of worked out well. We didn't have to force any like, oh my God, who's going to come? Who's going to do it? It really worked out well from like, getting the name and me doing what I do. So it really worked out well. And what it is kind of like, we want to bring back that organic, wholesome, the vibes where like you feel like you're chilling, like not at the bodega, but like back in the day with your tias, your friends. We got dominoes and like just that vibe where it's like you don't need to be necessarily inebriated or whatever. Like it's really just we're here for the music. Yeah. And it was great.
What word did you just use?
Inebriated.
Inebriated.
I was
gonna say disheveled. I'm like,
or
what?
that because you be leaving the club, you see the amount of people disheveled
as hell.
There was one time. I went on a boat party. I hate boat parties, and I hate boat parties, and I'm also not the person to get litty like a titty or drunk like a motherfucker. Like I don't do that stuff.
Yeah.
But I was going on the boat, and I see all the people going on the boat. I swear I wish I had a camera to be like these other people before. When they were coming off the boat, they looked disheveled like a mofo. I was like, I wish I had a camera to see what y'all look like.
For real.
Like, de barata, like it was crazy.
I feel like that's what it looks like. Every time they turn on the lights in the club, it's like, oh. Like, yo,
you'll be like,
yo, for real. I was talking to you? Wow. Like, you just like, I've been there.
Mira, you can't be coming to when you come in at a house music parties and you're coming to dance, there is no parking on the dance floor. I'm gonna need you to move a parallel park over there.
I'm done.
And don't be coming trying to be cute with your makeup here, your eyelash over here. Because I've had to take my eyelashes off on the dance floor. Like, Mira, aguántame esto, because I'm gonna go dance, because you can't be, it's a lot.
Not it.
This is not the house. We are not trying to look cute here. We are trying to dance and get with the vibes.
She's so right about that, because I remember I was trying to be cute for a Halloween party and I had a cute ass white wig. Yo, that shit was on the floor. I literally threw that shit out because it was so hot.
Remember this Halloween?
Yeah.
I decided to be extra, as per usual.
No, but that shit was dope.
Girl, but
that shit was dope.
I got a message from my boy David Glaspie. Shout out to David Glaspie, because let me tell you, in the last 6 months now, like I would not be where I'm at without him. Like he has just put me on like his shoulders and just carried me away. So big shout out to you. I love you.
Hey.
But he messages me. I don't know what time it was. I was home. He's like, girl, it was amazing. You looked amazing. But everybody is purple, Steph.
Yo.
He said, everybody is purple at the club. Why are people purple? Because you decided to be purple.
She was like, how you doing?
I told you not to touch me.
I'm dead.
Y'all told I was all like, purple lady, but advice, do not paint yourself any color.
It's hard.
LaBain, you gonna sweat.
Yeah.
You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
I love that.
Oh, and that pool is, girl.
Yeah, I would never get in that pool. First of all, I've worked in there.
It's a cute place though, but
it's a cesspool of bacteria and maybe some diseases that haven't come out yet. It's just like, seriously, the amount of people I've seen had sex in that pool. It's like, you just let it happen, because I feel like it's such a tourist attraction.
Welcome
club.
to the underground.
Yo, facts. I'm just like, yo, one time I saw a girl and like I wasn't sure if she was being taken advantage of, but then like
she was taking the advantage of.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, she's laughing. Okay,
this
she's
is her
good.
idea.
She's good. Yo, facts. I was like, she's good.
She
she's
planned
good.
this the whole time.
Just make sure she don't drown.
Please don't drown on that.
Yo, facts. Yo, so we got the check-in. It's getting lit in here. So we got Francisco. Everybody look good till the lights come on. Yo, facts. That's 100% right. Everybody looks good, and also like
you see the one I like.
Yo, facts. I always imagine what the bartenders think, because everybody like, yo, I can't even do the faces that I want to make really, but anybody who understands what I'm talking about, yo, it's like,
I've seen some whacked out stuff. I'm like, how did your face do that?
Yeah,
they like them Jim Carrey faces.
I can't. I'm not gonna do it to myself. Somebody will take a picture.
If you
of this
could put like
forever.
a little picture up of like Jim Carrey making like a weird face.
Facts. All of weird Jim Carrey's
all
faces.
Of the Jim
That's
Carrey
what the bar
faces.
looks like.
I've seen all of them.
That's fucking hilarious. All right, so
it's fun being sober because you get to see all of that.
Yeah, I went to a club sober one time.
Girl.
Because I couldn't get drugs. No, I'm gonna be real with you. It was New Year's Eve, and I remember there was a party. I went to a party at 2 a.m, and I left at like 12 in the afternoon.
I'm like, we need a break.
It was at Stanky's.
I'm actually one of those. I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
I like, you've seen me. I like to stay sober because a lot of times, I am, business and want to network and connect. So I need to know what I'm doing. I also have control issues. So it's really funny for me to see people in their element. I mean, I'm not judging nobody. I'm just high on vibes. But it's so funny to see, because some people need to get loose.
But
that
I let
way.
them be though, because in the end of the day, like,
no judgment
I don't want to judge them, and like I also like that's their version of a good time. I'm like, if you're not touching me or bothering me, it's not an issue.
But that's the beautiful thing, judgment-free zone. And that when you go to the house music parties, you might get judged for not dancing or being whack in the corner, but never because of anything how you look. And that's the beauty of, like I said before, when house music formed, it was for the rejects or the Latinos, the blacks, the gays, the everybody else. So it's just good to know that even still, 30 plus years later, like it's maybe not like it was before, but we still have that. You're a reject, me too. Come with us, So that's the beauty of it. So you really can't pass judgment because you weird too.
I'm dead. All right, girl, we're gonna transition real quick. So we're gonna get into a different question. So this was kind of just like a funny question. So if you could pick a club that you had to live in, what club would it be and why? And clubs that close down can count. What club would you
I told
live
you
in?
I didn't go to clubs for a long time.
All right, a warehouse.
But my favorite, my favorite club is House of X.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's so freaking fun. I love it's like a
House of X or House of Yes?
No, House of X is extension of House of Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they have the fuzzy room. They got a freaking fuzzy room.
They do.
And I'm like,
everybody needs to go to that club. It's fucking
freaking
fun.
Fuzzy room. They have like what is it, like acrobatics. That wasn't me.
Yeah.
They have acrobatics. They got the lady that got swing with the hook on her ponytail and she's swinging. It's like a mini circus.
It really
but
is.
if you want to get away, there's little pockets.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's a balcony. It's like close enough to the fun, far enough to get there, and close enough to view. And they have the dope ass bathroom.
They do.
And the fuzzy room.
The fuzzy room.
And Riri, shout out to Riri at the door. Love her.
Hey.
It's just, yeah, I love it there. And it really does feel like it's not House of Yes, and I've never been there.
Mm-hmm.
But I really, when I even first went in, I felt like I'm so free. Like in the minute you walk there, it's like you can't even try to keep your guard up because there's no way. You're exposed. It's so much fun.
And also, everybody in the check-in right now, answer the question too. If you could pick a club or any area to live in, which would it be? You said House of X, which is an extension of House of Yes. Mine would be, I think I would deadass live in the Brooklyn Mirage. Brooklyn Mirage, and I thought about this question. I was like, yo,
cold there.
Hold on. There's a solution for this. I'll do the Brooklyn Mirage, one, because it's fucking huge. I fucking love it. So I feel like in the summer, there's so many areas to sleep in if I got bored of an area. I also feel like low key, in the second floor, there's like an actual room by the Tulum bar. Exactly.
It might be. That place
I already
is
got a room. On top of that, I love the fact that like with Brooklyn Mirage, they always have healthy food. Like, their food vendors are the shit. Like, I've actually had their food.
I'm like, I actually had their food last time, and I didn't even know they had food. But I'm like, they have healthy food? Because I had fried chicken.
I'm dead.
No, chicken tenders, Medina.
But like,
$17.
No, yeah, that's normal.
With your wristband only.
Yeah, so they'll have that. They'll have like vegetarian options. Like I like that they have good food there. So because I remember once I was like, I gotta eat, so I'm covered with food. And then if it gets cold, I'm gonna hang out in the avant-garde because they got the inside.
Do you like big clubs? Like, do you prefer bigger clubs or smaller clubs?
It depends. So I don't like when I'm in a smaller club and it's too crowded. So the reason why I like the Brooklyn Mirage, because they actually cater to a lot of people, and I feel like I have the freedom to walk around.
I avoid it. It gives me anxiety thinking
every time
about
I go to the bar, I feel like I never have to wait for a drink. It just always feels clean. But I'm not gonna lie though. Like, one thing I could say is that last year, I don't know who they hired as security. They were kind of mean.
Oh, no, we don't do that mean security shit.
No, but they were nice. They were nice.
No.
They were always nice. I don't know if they hired.
Maybe it was just that guy.
Too much. No, but like, it's just like, yo, you don't got to be screaming like that. You don't got to be mad. Like, yo, just tell me one time. I'm already in a nice
party,
mood.
Sir, right?
I'm already in a nice mood. You don't got to yell at me.
Like, wrong party,
stop.
I've had those experiences a few times where I'm like, this is wrong party. We're not those people.
Yo, fine.
I actually hate going to the Brooklyn Mirage.
Why?
The exact feelings you have, I have that complete opposite.
Yeah, I'm dead. Amanda said she'll live at Chuck E. Cheese.
that goes right there.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Chuck E. Cheese pizza hits. Chuck E. Cheese.
That's not even pizza, Mina.
Well, whatever that is, it hits. Like, yo, that shit is mad good.
I don't like big clubs. I can't do, like, I try to avoid.
Chuck E. Cheese is a club.
I try to avoid Brooklyn Mirage, but I did go there for black coffee. That was the number 2 best thing ever.
Okay.
But I don't like big clubs. I think that's also why I like House of X. It's like a perfect size for me.
Okay.
Too big, like, it's too energetically draining and too much, and I'm lost, and then there's no freaking reception, and then I'm mad, and I gotta get a wristband. The bathroom's mad far, people spilling. I'm like, you know what? Send me back to the little place because
send me back there.
Yeah, I just avoid that. I don't go there. I think I've been there like a handful of times, but because there was somebody I needed to see there, and I'll stay all the way back by the door.
I'm dead. Mm-hmm. All right, so we also got DJ S. Trent in the building. Hello to you, my friend, and thank you for the support. All right, so we're gonna keep this interview going, love. I didn't notice that the time is going by so quickly. It's already 7:44.
Dile to slow down.
I'm done. She's like, no.
Slow down.
So, any artist that you feel like you look up to, like, what artists right now do you feel like? Any new artists you discovered, or any artist that I know you mentioned Louis Vega, but like, for example, any other female artist, especially female.
Well, Louis the male, and honestly, Anane Vega is like a freaking goddess in the sky to me.
Aww.
And no, she really is amazing, because for one, I know somebody was like, oh, who's that? Is she new? I'm like, excuse me? How dare you disrespect?
I'm dead.
First of all, she's had her own record label for the last 10 years, but it's not so much that.
Wasn't she there the day I went to Le Ben?
Girl, she was the one playing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's gorgeous. She was Miss she's beautiful. She was Miss Cape Verde one year back in the 90s. She was Miss Cape Verde. She was Miss Portugal. She actually was a singer, and she has a lot of her own vocals on her tracks, on a lot of Louis' tracks.
That's fire.
She was a dancer. Like, she's already a creative. She's already an artist. You know what I mean? And from what I know she had like this weird, like, how'd you end up DJing? Like, oh, somebody gave me the opportunity to play and I just played, you know? But maybe that's what made her get her love for it. And obviously being married to the legendary, you know, man. But when I see her or I hear her, I don't hear or listen to or see Anane as, you're Louis Vega's wife, you know? Because first of all, I mean, I was married once upon a time. I didn't want to be referred to somebody's wife. First of all, this is me. And a lot of times, you know, because she is a DJ and because he, you know, he did do the same thing, they like to put them together. But she has her entirely, like, different style. I mean, obviously some things are influenced, right? Because why wouldn't it be? But her essence, she's also a Taurus, and I love them. Scorpio. What she embodies and the way I see music, she plays it the way I feel it. You know, like, there's some
it's like, I'm sad, play track number 5.
Yeah, and there's some people that they make their music the way I hear it. Yeah. She plays it the way I feel it. Like, for me, I want, yes, music, but specifically house music, it really is a feeling. So when Anane plays this music, I'm like, that's really what I feel inside. Like, she, like, touches up something, and I'm like, oh my God, like, you touched the right part of my soul. You touched it. House music is a soul thing. She touched the right part of my spirit. Like, you really just touched that, like, the little bass, bang, bang, like, perfect. I be feeling like I'm going to church and she's preaching when she is playing, and I just be there like, take me to church, Pastor Anane. Like, I really be going in a moment. Like, don't bother me, don't touch me, don't excuse me. No, I'm in a moment. I am with one with spirit right now. Yeah. And the way she plays it, that's what, like, it embodies. And then her as a woman, one, in the music industry, 2, especially in the house music industry, and 3, being so respectable, because Anane is fly as hell. She is dope, she is sexy, but guess what? Ain't nobody gonna try her. She carries herself with so much respectability, and then the beats she be bringing out, I'm like, I just love myself. I don't be wanting to be like nobody, but I want to be like you when I grow up, because it's like she has this presence and this aura where she doesn't have to announce herself. You know exactly who she is. And when she plays that music and she's enjoying her music, she's dancing to her music, and her vibes are just so, like, oh my gosh. And I love when she hugged me. I'm like, oh my God, I worship you. But not like that. But I just really respect her so much, and all the strides that she's making in this industry, and she's traveling, and she really does have the artist in mind, you know. It's not just like, give me your song, put this, I'm gonna make, like, she really wants to know the people. She has, like, this individual relationship where she wants to know them and their relationship with the music, you know what I mean? Like, she connects with people and music, I feel like, in a way I may or can relate to, and I respect that so much. And she's not trying to be no sex symbol. She's sexy, and that don't mean, like, you know, the way she portrays herself. So Anane Vega, I love you, I adore you, and I can't wait to see you at Le Bain in December.
Love that. All right, my love, thank you for sharing. So we're gonna go into the next question. So this is where I asked, like, about the Spice card. So, for example, I don't have a coaster on me, but we're gonna pretend I gave you one, love. So, as you know, anybody that's watching the show right now, also anybody that's actually watching the show, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, especially if you like content like this. You know, I've had Francisco here, I've had Steph here, all different types of, like, walks of life. So if, like, you like content like this, please subscribe to the channel, because I consider this, like, adventure vibes. Like, you don't know what type of adventure I'm gonna take you in every Thursday at 7 o'clock, because there's always something new. So
Dora the Explorer.
I'm dead. Dora the Explorer. Yo, Amanda, your backpack. Amanda, your backpack. And Marvin, swiper, no swiping. Yo, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yo, one thing that me and my girl talked about, we were like, yo, we're the Powder Puff Girls. So we were trying to figure out, like, all right, because she's Blossom. I'm Buttercup. Nadine, you could be Bubbles. So I was like, yo, maybe Marv's the professor. He'll be the professor. Yo, I'm dead.
Give him a drink, bendito.
Tito. All right. So real quick, mommy, I'm going to pass you this card. And anybody that's watching the show right now, every segment, I pretend like that I have this imaginary, like, black American Express titanium, like, fucking card. And the question, the way it goes is, like, I give you an opportunity to do whatever you want. It's, like, dead-ass genie vibes. Like, genie. I love Aladdin. Like, you wish for whatever. With this card, you can buy whatever, do whatever. There is no limit, but you could only have it for one day. What would you do with the card?
Run away. No, I'm kidding.
Run away. I'll go up on a tree and talk to nobody.
Run off.
That is such a Scorpio thing to say, bro.
I kid.
I swear to God, that is such a Scorpio thing to say, yo.
I kid. No. Honestly, I don't want to even say world peace because no, that's swag. No, not swag. I would feel like the world would be a better place, but really for real, if everyone really for real, dead ass dead walked in their truth, to be like, not just for world peace, let's all love each other. No, live in your truth. And you want to know why? Because a lot of us like to say, I live in my truth. I'm this is who I am, but you're really not.
Yeah.
And you know, I've been on since I've turned 30, whatever. And, you know, having kids, I'm always like, you know, live in freedom, but for real. Not the freedom that you think somebody else is. I'm going to live in freedom because
but how can you buy that?
No, this is.
I was like, wait.
This is me giving. It's like giving everybody free love, but like giving freedom. Because it's like, we can't really enjoy ourselves doing anything. I can't enjoy myself even in the scene if I didn't have freedom and for real joy. You know, like if I want you to, I wish I could give everybody the opportunity to listen to good music. No, because if you're not living for real, authentic, you're not gonna get the essence of what it is. Yeah. So it's like, give you like this truth serum kind of thing for everybody to have, because I really feel like, honestly, I feel like people just really just be for real who you are.
So you're gonna pay a scientist to make a truth serum, and you're gonna give
not
it
a truth
to people.
serum, not the way you think truth serum, but like drink it yourself and see yourself for real. Because I feel like once we do that, like, we're going to have less mean girls. We're going to have less people judging us. We're going to have, and that's how I live my life. And I literally, like, I'm just having a good time. I'm just here for a good time.
She's like, I'm going to make a natural antidepressant.
So everybody could be,
yes, exactly what I'm making.
So everybody could be like me. Can everyone be like me?
Vibe all the time. Vibe all the time.
All day. What you doing?
Okay, wait, so we're not buying nothing with this card. We bought the professor.
No, I also hate fucking shopping. I hate it.
Yo, Steph, you could buy a whole island and live there by yourself.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
No, honestly, like, I really love people. Like I said.
Plane.
No.
Country. All the blonde dye for your hair.
I'm not a materialistic person, Mina.
One day, I give you a limitless card.
One, I don't like to shop. And you're giving me a whole day. I don't want to do it. Can you get it on Amazon? No, no. That's what I decided. Yeah, I'm sticking to it.
Okay. So no puppy?
Nah, I'm good.
No puppy?
Nah.
No, nothing. Nothing.
You gave me these questions in advance, and I thought about it, and that's what I came up with.
Okay.
And that's more like, you know, when they asked Miss America, what do you if you could
world peace?
What do world peace? That's why I was like, am I gonna give you like an answer like world peace? I'm like, no, because nothing's fun. I like to be with people. I like to socialize. Nothing's fun when people aren't for real having fun.
That's
or like,
true.
I hate it. I'm just like, dude, if you're corny, just be your corny. Don't be my version. Just do it, because I enjoy the experiences.
Facts.
You know, that's it.
Love that. I like that. Okay, I like that. Super, like, humble. Love that. I love that so much. But damn, like, nothing for Francisco? Nothing?
I give him new headphones.
I'll buy you a new pair of headphones.
I give you new headphones and a new microphone, and I give you the 4-piece joint that you want, I guess. But
no
it's not
club for Bodega Beats?
Let Catalina do that. She's in charge of that. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I'm just here for the vibes, so everybody's gonna get the vibes. Ooh, can it be a truth serum called vibes?
Yeah, there you go. You'll take this.
Take
I'm
this.
so scared.
Take like this. Take this.
Yo,
Let's go.
Yo, for real.
In order for you to come in here, you need to take
So tell
this.
me, if there was a truth serum, that actually I have a question. If there was a truth serum, would
For
you
yourself.
be scared to take it?
Isn't that like shrooms,
would.
Mina?
Yeah. I was thinking of like ayahuasca. I feel like that's what
I'm
happened.
like, don't they have a thing for that?
But
Yeah,
question,
but-
would you take it? So everybody that's watching this right now, I want to see in the check-in, would you take a truth serum?
For self-reflection, for yourself.
For self-reflection, but also like you find out things about yourself. Like, would you be able to take it or would you be scared to take it? It's almost like when people say, like, have you ever got your cards read? Like your tarot?
Girl, Mina, you know who you're talking to.
Really?
All the time, girl.
I've never had my cards read.
Girl,
But
got
I
you.
want to. I want to.
I know a guy.
I'm just like, I don't know. My Biff told me, and freaking Amanda said, was like, I got my cards read. And I'm like, damn,
I get them all the time. All the time.
Had my cards
But
read.
you know why? I feel like when you're not sure,
Yeah.
like I said, look at yourself and be like self. And it's like when you're not sure or you're insecure, that's when you're scared, because what are you fearing? You're fearing the unknown. But I'm like, nah, I'm good. Show me something that I ain't already seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was like that too in the beginning. I was like, oh.
Like I told myself, I'm gonna hide my Capricorn tattoo.
Girl,
I'm like, you ain't gonna tell me
girl,
shit about this from seeing my side.
That's the thing. There's no hide. You can't hide anything, and that's how you know it's real when they really tell you about yourself.
Yeah.
My first one, I was bawling, crying like a baby.
Really?
I didn't even know I had
So do you
tears.
feel like, are there like tarot card readers that are real tarot card readers and then tarot card readers that are a scam?
There's real.
Yo, what about Miss Cleo?
Mira, you're not.
What about
no
Miss
la
Cleo?
No la conozco. But no,
Yo,
I mean
you
that's
remember her, though.
I do.
Scam
I
artist
think
and
with
a
things
half.
like that, and just like in anything, spiritual stuff,
Yeah.
art stuff, there's always gonna be the fake people, and there's always gonna be the real people. Maybe sometimes the fake ones may give a bad name to everybody, but you know, I'm a very spiritual person, and you know, I do have my people I look up to and healers and stuff. But just like I know that they're real, there's people that are wrong. Just like I was in church, there were people that were great, and there were people that were fake.
Yeah.
And it's in anything, so it really does go about like referral, like if I'm gonna send you somebody, I know because it's real. I'm not gonna be like, because I saw you on Instagram and I'm gonna DM you and you told me that
Yeah.
I have a good feeling about you. You know what I mean? You have to always be careful with that, because we gotta also protect our energy. And just because somebody says they do something, it doesn't mean that they're doing it right or they're wrong. Especially with that stuff, you don't want to dabble with the wrong things, because then you're gonna bring stuff in your life that you don't need.
Yo, facts.
So
it's like, yo, leave that bad
don't be
energy over there.
don't find those people on the internet,
Nah.
Instagram, sending you messages and telling you they saw your card. No, don't do that, because that's messed up.
I be getting weird messages. I get messages like, can you marry me? Because I need papers. I swear to God.
Yeah, so send them
The
your
amount of
PayPal email, girl. Be
times,
like,
I don't
yes.
know. Tell me if this is happening with females recently. Is that happening to your Instagram?
My DMs are so dry. Nobody DMs me. I get
No.
no play in my DMs. Zero. Nothing.
Tito.
Nobody wants to
Please.
vibe with Steph on Instagram. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm totally. Leave me
She's
alone.
like, I'm a Scorpio.
No,
Okay?
déjame
I don't need nobody.
I be like, what
I need myself. That's Steph. I need myself.
Whose DMs are popping and who are these people?
Yo, girl, I swear to God, and the thing is, because I have my email
Mina,
button in my
dry.
profile.
Dry.
Yo, I got my email thing in my profile. Like, yo, the craziest messages I be getting. I remember one time, yo, a whole dude was like, yo, can I hold $40? I'm like, I don't even know you. Like, who is it? I swear to God, someone asked me for money that I did not know. I was like, hey, yo, what? No. What the fuck? Nah. Remember when Cash App was taking over everybody's profile?
Oh yes, girl.
It took over
I got
yours?
scammed and I
Yo,
scammed the
shut
scammer back.
up!
I got scammed.
What
I scammed him.
happened? Time out. How did he take your profile?
Okay, so what happened was
You clicked on it.
No, me not.
Yo, she clicked on it.
I'm smart.
Yo.
I'm a smart person. I was
Yo.
coming back from Miami.
Okay.
And I don't fall for this stuff because I'm not stupid.
Yeah,
Girl, I was
yeah.
stupid that day. I don't know what happened. I was
Yo.
eating. So it looked, my boy, he sent me a message and he was like, hey, and it sounded like a real person. Hey.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, where? I was like, oh, hold on. I'm like trying to get my plane, whatever. And then he's like, and I'm reading, but I was still like, I drank a lot the night before. So I was like, hold on, let me focus. Get the plane. And I'm like, you know what? I clicked it. He told me, sent me something, and then I kind of clicked it, and I was like, wait, hold on. I'm gonna text you. Let me just text you. I wasn't all there, but by the time I went to text him, I already clicked the thing. Like my brain wasn't thinking fast enough for my head. Like I didn't think, but I was like, I'm just, and I was like, I just.
And you're like on a plane 3,000 miles up in the air.
No, it wasn't. It was the morning. So what I ended up doing.
She fucked up.
No. But what I ended up doing, because I was coming from an event, and I was like, this mother bleep. I said, I'm going to get my profile back. And he was like, no, you're going to send me this money. And I found this. I work operations and logistics for a living. I can find anything on anybody.
Yeah, you're a Scorpio.
And so what I ended up doing.
You don't even have to work in logistics. You are a Scorpio.
I had to, between the time the guy got into my account to the time I hacked him, it was 12 hours. I got home and I cursed him out. I got his phone number on WhatsApp and I said, listen here, you little bleep. And my son fried his router because I got his IP address. And I said, let me tell you something. You got the wrong one. And he's like, you think this is a game? So he kept getting in my account and I kept getting in his, and it was just back and forth. And I told my son, I was like, come over here. Get over here. I need you to do me a favor. And he was like, whoa, fry the router. And he was like, who? Here's the IP address. That guy I never got my profile hacked ever again.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then I go to my boss the next day. She's like, did you get back in your account? She was like, I said, yup. She goes, you hacked the hacker back? So
that's crazy.
Don't play with me and my vibe with Steph Page. What you think?
That's some you are watching a master at work.
That's something I can say. My cousin's a Scorpio girl, and like
you love us.
I do. Capricorns and Scorpio get along like this. So like I love it because it's like I'm okay with that. I like nosy people. I'm nosy but low key. But it's like the way my cousin does it. Like I'll see him talk to people, and I already see him Scorpion.
No. Is it he?
He's a
no, I don't associate. I don't associate myself with those people.
But the way he'll do it, he'll be like, so, where do you work? How long you been working there? Like these super intrusive questions, but that are not intrusive.
And you want to answer it?
No, like people answer it for him. And I'm like, yo, what are you gonna do with this information when this person leaves? I was like, yo.
You know, I always say Scorpio men and Scorpio women, we are two totally different species. Because I just.
What if you're gay?
I don't know.
Is it a mix?
I'll get back to you on that answer.
I'm dead.
Maybe it's a little bit of both.
Snap. Oh my God, this is the time that I freaking hate. It's 8:02, my love. This is where we give some quick shout outs because we got to get ready for the next show to come on. So any quick shout outs, mommy, that you want to give. Also put your Instagram handle to the people.
_with_Steph.
Yes.
Do I have no underscore. This is not my real hair color. My real color is blonde.
Yes.
So just take a note of that. Shout out to David Cancel and Carolina for making me do this. So yes, I'm doing it.
Yes.
Shout out to Mina for allowing me to be a guest on here. I don't think I'll ever do this again. But I'll be back on audio.
We're gonna get her a panda hat, a panda mascot
Just
hat.
put it on the audio, Mina. I have to I have to get dressed today.
You look good.
I have to put clothes on.
Can people tell her she looks good so she can do it again?
Shout out to Junior Pineda. He got on here. Bodega Beats, everybody.
Yes.
The Bodega Beats fam. And everybody who's just helped me get to be vibe with stuff. I'm learning so much. And I'm looking forward to 2023. Come to our parties. Don't ask for a comp, but come to our parties and come dance with me.
Facts.
We have a party December 7th next week at Amici's, so you should come by. We're going to celebrate DJ Dove's birthday. Shout out to you, DJ Dove. Oh my God, I forgot to tell him. Appreciate you so much. Happy birthday, and happy birthday to all the Sages.
Yeah, Sag season.
Freaking love you guys.
Let's go. All right, everybody that's been in the check-in, don't forget to like, share, subscribe the YouTube channel. We got liveness. And you know what's crazy that you talk about saxophone? We actually have a live saxophone female artist that travels around the tri-state area. She's going to be my guest next week. So take a look out for that. And she's also going to perform something live for us.
Amazing.
Yeah, she's really cool.
I'm going to get the digits.
Really cool.
Put her on the track.
I met her at Pier 115 last summer for my best friend's birthday, Crystal. Shout out to Lola Lopez. And yeah, we're gonna bring her to Bravery Studio. So definitely tune in Thursday. Yeah, that's gonna be a dope
I'm so
episode.
excited.
Yeah, tune in for that one. And like even to collaborate, like if you guys need a saxophone player for like any beats, yo, Francisco.
Girl, you know already wrote that down.
Let's
on here,
go.
Right? My little notepad.
So everybody, thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you for supporting me. Shout out to Bravery Studio. Shout out to the Santa Squad. Shout out to everybody that was in the check-in, and shout out to everybody that's still rocking with me or that is going to start rocking with me. And yeah. So this is where we end it. It's your girl Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice. We out. Let's go.
Is it off? Jesus.
Hold on.
How awkward I am.
There you go. We were on camera.